Welcome to day 30 of my attempt to post a different vintage item every day this year in 2026. Today I have selected this genie bottle. It is 22 inches tall to the top of the stopper. It is in a hard to find, highly desirable pink color, and the design on it is called Wax Drip. Wax Drip is my personal favorite style and texture in this kind of genie bottle. These genie bottles were made in the Empoli region of Italy in the 50s and 60s. And this one was another great thrift find years ago. I did pick this up at Goodwill in Federal Way, Washington. My older pieces that I've had for many years, I used to have an inventory system and I would put a little piece of painter's tape with the number. And this one is number 12. So that one was definitely an early on piece. I definitely haven't thrifted anything like this at a Goodwill in many, many moons. So yeah, number 12 tells you this was a long time ago. But I feel very fortunate to have this in our collection. Again, I love the wax strip design, and then the color is a pretty special one. And then I thought I would take this video to touch on stoppers. So some information I've learned over the years about genie bottles is the stoppers were optional. They didn't necessarily come with it. They were purchased separately. So all these genie bottles we come across that don't have stoppers, it doesn't necessarily mean they dropped out, jumped out, hit the floor and fell. It might just been that it never had one to begin with. I've also heard of people that have, purchased out of store closure, and out in the back stock room, they will find a box of genie stoppers. So wouldn't that be a dream to find a box of stoppers? And then the other thing that I've learned a little more recently than that is that there were 3 options of stoppers. I know what the second one is, and I have an example here with me today, but I still have not found an example of the third one. So that could still be an old wives' tale at this point, but it is something somebody who's been an antique dealer for many years has shared that information with me. But here is an example of at least one of the other options. This actually goes to an amethyst, I believe, wave that I have in my store on hold for a customer. But as you see, it's got the little piece that fits in the bottle, and then there's a hole in this. This is actually to hold a taper candle. So pretty unique. Now that I've researched it, I have come across another example or two on the internet, but this is the only other one I've seen in person with my own eyes. So a little bit harder to find. It's a perfect match for the shade of the genie bottle that it goes to. But since I'm only showing one item a day, I decided I couldn't show you the bottle. I could only show you the stopper. So there we go. There is day 30, a pink drip wax or wax drip genie bottle.